afternoon, you guys, or early evening. I swear I had coffee. Oh, the Italian and I went for a drive, and I got just a McCafe. I think this might even be a decaf. I'm not even too sure. Oh, that's great. Okay, I've assembled my team. There's Q-Tip, Tippy, and Pippi's working on a squeak toy on the ground. I think tonight we're going to do our little educational video. Is going to be a retipping. So you gotta soak the ring for a little bit in ultrasound for a little bit to make sure that, because when you heat this up, because you got to heat this up to 1780 degrees, something like that, just to melt the gold onto the tip of the cloth, the white gold onto the tip of the white gold cloth. And then you have years of experience, and you're going to put it on in such small amounts, and you build it up so that it goes over the diamond. Now the diamond is heat resistant. You know, there's nothing going to happen to the diamond unless you hold that flame on it and you burn it. It can be burnt. You can hit it, you know, and so you don't want to do that. You want to do it in such a way where the flame is not, it's directly on the white gold, but it's not on the diamond. Okay, and so I said I was going to retip a couple things here and get it all cleaned up and polish it. Okay, so I'm going to just take you over to the ultrasound and steam cleaner. Oh, I don't know if that's going to get it. Look at that. This is the ultrasound. I'm going to turn it on just for a second. So you're not going to like that. So for the purposes of the video, I've already cleaned the ring. But I'm going to kind of just go through the steps just to show you. And I'm going to leave the ultrasound off. But the ultrasound really doesn't work unless it's on. So I would throw it in there and I'd have the ultrasound on. And you would let it soak for a good, you know, like what I would do in the studio, in the shop when I had it running, I would unload this jaw bag, you know, the second jaw bag in line into the ultrasound. I've already done the first jaw bag, I got it all cleaned up, and then I would cycle through it. So while I was working on the first piece, the next jaw bag in line would be soaking. So sometimes it soaked for 15 minutes. Now in the old days we used to use a hot bath of lye. And I really don't want that in the studio. That's just, that ain't working for me. Okay, so then you would take it out of here. I got a little foot control down here. Can you see that? I bent it over a little bit there. There you go. That's a steam cleaner. And it's just high pressure steam, right? It comes off there and it's cleaning everything. And you're making sure, don't put your hands under it because you don't want to burn yourself. I mean, down here it's not so bad, but right underneath there you burn yourself. Clean up that ring, and you got to get all. You can literally smell the fragrance, ladies' fragrances and perfume on rings and things like that. When I used to clean them up in the store, when you were cleaning them up, and you could smell, you could just, because it's just and hand lotions and stuff like that would get caught under the diamonds, and it would, you know, you could see it, right? And I would literally just take the jaw bags and dump them in there, and you know, you have to practice a certain regiment just to make sure that you're, you know, you kind of keep yourself and you get what I mean, your hands clean and all that type of stuff. You wash your hands 20 times a day and during repairs. And but once the ring's clean, it really is, right? I mean, that's great. Okay, so cleaning the item before repair is really important, especially when you're going to heat this ring up. Okay, you guys? Back to the repair. Okay, back at the repair bench. Okay, let's turn the light out so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so I got the ring in the holder, right? Okay, let me see. I got the ring in the holder. Let's get this right in there. Okay, so methyl hydrate, and I think in the US it's called denatured alcohol. And there's borax in here, and comes in. It's boric acid. Get it at the jewelry supply place. Anti-oxidizer during soldering or in making flux. And this ain't borax, so it's not for medical use. Okay, let's put that over here. Don't touch that, sweetie. Okay. I like to just, you know, like you dip your pieces in there. I know, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so now the alcohol is going to burn off, and it's going to leave a thin coating of the boric acid, which is like a flux, but it's also a protector. It's going to protect the metal from oxidizing, because it's coated, there won't be. And then of course you got to put some work glasses on too, right? Keep your workbench clean. Can you see that? Okay, we're going to see that. Okay, so I took a close-up and I showed you the ring where the claw was broken. Okay, and so now I got 4.5 power glasses on. I've broken up my block here. So this is white gold solder, yellow gold solder, and silver over here. Can you see that? And silver over here. So I know where they are. Then I got my little clean pickup sticks. So I ball up the silver or the gold. In this case, it's going to be white gold. Can you see that? I hope so. Okay, so I'm going to ball up the white gold. And then, I don't know, are you going to be able to see me from there? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Lighter, number 4 tip. Now it's important that when you pick up the piece of gold, you don't pick up a huge piece. And no direct flame. Work your way up to the diamond. Don't put the flame on the diamond and the other way. And now sometimes when you do the pickup, it doesn't quite stick to the pickup stick and it falls on the table. Leave it. Get it later, or did you see that, how quick that was? Okay. Now there's a bunch of tips that need to be done on here. So that was the one, the major one. Okay. That's number 2. And the key is not to have too much heat. Just you gotta have, I know that's hard to fucking take, but just you gotta have just enough heat. Now you're saying, well, how do I know what enough heat is? Well, you know, don't forget I've been doing repairs for over 20 years, so. And remember, the gold that you're putting on there isn't always perfect, right? Yeah, perfect shape. But that's what, after you put it in a, okay, and you gotta work with your holder. And remember, don't grab things just because you want to. Things in the jewelry shop are always hot. Great way to burn yourself. And once the pickup stick, once the gold melts onto the stick, it's useless. Get another one. That's why I've got like 6 of them lined up. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now we did a bunch of tips there. Unfortunately, you can't, I don't have a microscope where we're right in there and watching it. So I'm going to try to take, what I do is I put a little trick, where is it? I put this up to the camera lens and I take the picture. And this magnifies the picture. This works out great. Little technical trick for you guys with your iPhones or whatever, right? They actually make these, you can buy them at London Drugs. They actually just clip right onto your phone right over and you can do magnification. But I just have these around the shop, so I do that, right? I hold it up to the back of the phone, to the lens, and then I take the picture. Okay, I'm gonna take one of those now with it done. All right. Okay, now that it's a few minutes later, and this is cooled down, it's hot, but it's almost, you throw it in there. Now, if you throw it in right away when it's 1700 degrees or 1600 degrees and it's just cooling down, it's gonna shatter the diamond. And you'll be replacing the diamond or any gemstone. Because you could do this with sapphires and rubies and zircon and cubic zirconias, stuff like that. As long as you have the right technique where you're not putting and don't go out and say, oh, Frank said it's okay to do it, and put the torch on a stone and it breaks, and then you call me up and say I gotta get you a new stone. Not happening. Not happening. Get educated. These videos, I'm trying to educate you a little bit. I'm not telling you only doing it on diamonds, and that's it. The rest of it's up to yourself. But for me, for years of doing it, practicing, you know, I knew what to do, okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so this soaks for a little bit in the pickle. Comes out real nice. Now, that's water here. So I soak it in the water, and then, okay, now, you seen with the picture, they're pretty big bumps. They need to be shaped and made to look nice. So, the sandpaper wheel. Tell you, if you're making jewelry, repairing jewelry, or anything like that, these little sandpaper wheels, if you know how to use them, are just the answer. Okay, so you guys, I'm getting blinder and blinder as time goes on. So you'll see now that I'm actually looking through the 4 and then the 1.5. And normally, you guys, I've been wearing a mask for years when I do this type of work at the bench. I got masks here. I got another mask. There's another mask. But for the videos, I'm not gonna. Because the next thing you know, people are gonna bring up the old COVID thing, and I'm tired of hearing about it, okay? Now, you want to shape this like the others. Otherwise, they're going to see that there was a repair. We don't want that. Of course, now you're not going to be able to keep an eye on what I'm doing. I had customers that would come in and want to get repairs, and then their question was, you know, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be better than before. What? No. It's not going to be better than before. I don't know. Like, could never comprehend that one there. It's going to be as good as it was new, but it's not going to be, if you want it better than it was before, then we got to redo the whole thing. Right? What we want to do is we want to make this as good as we can, you know, under the circumstances. And don't take on a repair if you can't do it. And make it right. Right? This customer, long-time customer and friend, don't want to have his wife lose the diamond. Okay. Okay, so the next wheel, a little felt wheel. Okay, now I know I got the big polishing machine in the back, and that'll be next. But the felt wheel with a little bit of Tripoli on it, and polish these nicely. Right, it's got to be good. And when you're polishing it, you're going to see if it's going to catch, and especially with a smaller wheel here, and then go around the shank a little bit. The ring's got to look, you know, price your job, whereas if you're going to be spending the time to make it look new again. Maybe that's the point I'm trying to make. It was repairs. Repairs are really, oh, how did it go in the jewelry industry? Repairs are not cost sensitive, but they're trust sensitive. I had my jewelry shop going for 20 years. I had a loyal clientele that trusted me to repair their stuff. I was the repair guy. I had people coming in and going, "Oh, you're the repair guy." I say, "Yeah, I'm the repair guy." Real important part of a business, a jewelry store, if you're smart, is repairs. Okay, that thing's looking great. I have no problems at all. So sometimes you want to get into the little background and stuff like that. There's just these little tiny bristle brushes. You can get these. They're not that expensive. And I would use rouge on it. Okay, so now this gets all the background and all the little nooks and crannies. And okay, look at that. Okay, this is going to be a long video, but off to the, what are we going to do now? Okay, so we're going to put it off the big polishing machine, do the shank, stuff like that, the inside a little bit, and then we're going to clean this thing, steam it, and it's going to be done. I got the goats right outside the door here, and I go, they're laughing. Okay, polishing station. It's got, like a suction behind here so that it draws out the stuff. Now, normally if I'm sitting in front of here for 4 or 5 jobs, I'm wearing a mask. But for these videos, I'm not. Okay, this is the rouge side. Sorry, that's the rouge side. This is the Tripoli. Here, Tripoli there, rouge. This one here is the inside. It's not on a foot pedal. And I use both rouge and triply on that. Depends what I'm doing. Usually that's just rouge because most of the jobs are already polished. Anyways, a little bit of triply for that and the side. Because like I say, you want to kind of bring this up so it looks new. Hi, sweetie. What's happening? What do you got in your mouth? Come here. You eating stuff around here? Okay, and here, rouge. Light on the top, right? I mean, you can still grind away stuff with this, right? You don't want that. Oh, okay, so let's see. This is my new angles. I don't know if it's really going to work or not. And I don't know whether or not you're going to hear the ultrasound over there, but I'm going to put it on for a sec. Now, okay, I'm going to turn it off just for the sake of the video. Steam. Wash your hands, dry them, enjoy your cup of coffee. Okay, where'd it go? I'm going to do a couple close-ups of it. Finished, super nice job. I'm happy with it. I know the customer's going to be happy with that. And remember, I think I just said this earlier, repairs are trust sensitive, not cost sensitive. Go out there and find a shop like this, or find a guy like me, or find a jeweler that's going to start doing repairs. You'd come into my shop, you'd meet me at the counter, and you would have a conversation with me. What do you got in your mouth? Come here, what is that? Come on, no, come here. What's that? Oh, it's grass of some sort. They would actually, that's why I got good business, because people would come in, and they're all worked up. I want to talk to the jeweler. It's like, yeah, you're talking to him. What do you need? And you have a quick discussion, and that cost, your time. I don't know what your shop time was. Again, that's a whole nother learning lesson. But that conversation you have, it has to be calculated into the cost of doing this repair. Especially when you have an overhead, huge overhead. Okay, so take that into consideration. But the thing is, it's a beautiful ring. I know that she's thrilled with it. And another thing is, with claws, like you repaired this claw. What I'm doing is I'm rubbing the tips here against my jacket. And your hair, does it catch? If it catches stuff and it pulls your hair out, it pulls up threads on your clothing, rejected. Back to the bench. Okay, so this video is awful long. That's a repair. So I'm going to take a nice picture of this thing finished now with the magnifying thing again, and I'm going to put this video together, and it's probably going to be 15 minutes long. And like I say, be kind to your animals. Get a shop dog, get a studio dog. If you're out here by yourself, get a little studio dog or two, and they're just the greatest things. Okay, you guys.